I'd like to introduce Charlie Burton. Charlie is FCA authorized fund manager and owner of the trading community, charlieburtontrading.com. I first saw Charlie some years ago on a BBC documentary, Millions by the Minute. I'm sure you remember that one. I remember in that program, you were there just casually washing your Porsche and you're making money trading the markets from home, which is a dream for many retail traders. I since had the pleasure to work with you and automate 3 of your trading strategies. The first question I want to ask you is, obviously you are a manual discretionary type of trader. So why did you decide to automate your trading strategies?
Well, I think in the first instance, like you said, we met and you said, look, Charlie, I could automate one of these strategies. I was doing a presentation at the time and you said, I could automate this for you. And what I thought was quite nice was to have this automated for my members. And so for my members who want that. So you're absolutely right. I'm an old school discretionary trader, fund manager sort of thing. And yet this has been really, really powerful for my members because they could then take a strategy. I've got a few, as you said, which are programmed. They could take one of my strategies or a few of them, and it gave them that ability to, one, back test using, within the space of 30 seconds, doing a full back test, which would otherwise have taken them manually back testing or using other pieces of software. It could take quite a long time. So whereas the inputs of the core strategy you had already programmed, and then they could then just backtest variations of a theme based on, stop loss levels and targets they might want. So that was for me the real thing. It was for my members who wanted that, because not everybody is going to be like me. A lot of people say, no, I haven't got the time that you have, Charlie. I want to make my trading more time efficient. And I think that was what was really useful for my members.
Yeah, great. And how did you find the whole process of automating your strategies? As you mentioned, I saw your presentation and I instantly could say, yeah, I can automate this. And was the process then quite straightforward, easy for you?
Yeah, pretty much so. There was a bit of toing and froing of me giving you the rules and then finding a way, because some of the strategies were easier to program than others, as we know. But even the ones that I thought were going to be more complex, the process was pretty good. It was easy, should I say.
Great to hear that. So you've been running the first strategy for nearly 2 years, I think. And what do you like the most about the software?
I think the ability to back test and to get that that information at a flick of a button, within the space of, like I said, 30 seconds or so, then you've got a full back test, which would take so long if you were manually back testing, and you can then do these variances of back tests very quickly. So it does give you that core data from which to take. Plus, I do think then the signals that are being alerted, whether you're taking it as a signal, some of my members just take it as signals and some have it fully automated as well. But having those signals, it enables people to then, if they are taken from a signal perspective, they can then look at that, look at the charts and decide whether they want to take the trade or not, because they might be in plenty of other trades or whatever. There's all sorts of reasons why they may take a trade or pass up on it. But I do like that. And I do like the fully automation. The fully automation side of things, we have another strategy which is really slow. And I think that's perfect for that, because when you're taking a strategy which might only give you a trade once every few weeks or longer, you're inclined to forget it. And if you're discretionary trading that, because you think, oh, I forgot to check this and this, and there's been a trader's come along and I've missed it. Now that's perfect for the fully automation, and it just does that as well. So there's 3 things really. The back testing gives you that core data, but then the signals for people who still want to have that element of control, because a lot of traders still want an element of control and they don't want to hand over to fully automated. But then that fully automated does come in quite quite useful for many of our members as well.
Yeah, so it covers all the options: backtesting, optimization, signal service, and full autopilot as well for those who want it. Yeah, perfect. And finally, there are still people who are undecided about automating their strategies. So what would you suggest to those discretionary type of traders? Why should they automate their trading?
You know, if you're on the edge and you're interested in having some element of automation, then this is going to give you all of that data and signals. Even if you didn't go down the fully automation route, then it's going to give you, clarity of signals and across multiple markets that you would never manually be able to track. It would be way too much for you, for an individual trader to be keeping an eye on all of those markets and many different time frames, for example, as well. You just wouldn't be able to deal with that. Whereas the system is working 24/7 and it never sleeps and it can send you those signals. So, and the nice thing then is, even if you still want to hold that element of discretion, if you still wanted to have that element of control, you can the system will just send you the signals and you can choose the ones that you want to trade. So if you're on the edge there, that's where it gives you that advantage that you would be able to get so many more signals than you would ever see yourself.
Yeah, so take a stepped approach, isn't it? So don't just think that automation is just fully, autopilot, that the algorithm will do everything for you. You can take a stepped approach. You can backtest your strategies. You can optimize your strategies. You can get the signals. And then your final step is for those who want to have a fully automated solution where the software just takes the trades fully automatically for them.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's almost all things to all people, really, because whatever level that you as a trader want to take it to, it can do that with you. So if you do want it fully autoed, you can do that. But if you want that element of involvement still that you want to have, then you can do it that way from a signal perspective as well. And even as a backtest engine, it's really, really good. I mean, it's a brilliant backtest engine for you as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, it's great to hear that, and thanks so much for coming along. And best of luck with your trading and all your community at charlieburtontrading.com.
Thanks for having me on.